Hi, I'm Katie. I was nominated by Lorraine to do the Cooking Good 2020 challenge. So today I'm going to make my creamy chicken pesto pasta dish. Here are my ingredients that I'm going to be using. So I'm preparing it for 2 people, so I've got 2 chicken breasts. Obviously for a family of 4 you can use 3 to 4 chicken breasts. Then I've got some of my handy nut-free pesto sauce. I keep this in the fridge because it's really handy to use for all sorts of dishes, but obviously this is the base for my chicken pesto pasta dish. I've got some green beans. I've got some olive oil to cook the chicken. You could use any vegetable oil or you could use a low-fat cooking spray if you'd prefer. Some double cream. In my case I've got lactose-free cream because my daughter's lactose intolerant, but any double cream's fine. I've got some pasta, any sort of pasta that you've got in the cupboard, dried or fresh pasta actually, and some salt and pepper. So first thing I'm going to do is put my oven on. That's going to be on a roughly 180, it's a fan oven, you can adjust it for your particular oven. And then I'm going to get my chicken chopped and get that in the oven so that it's roasted. You can actually fry the chicken off in a frying pan, or you can use any leftover chicken that you've got, but I'm going to actually cook mine from fresh today and cook it in the oven. So I'm just going to slice these chicken breasts into quite thin strips so that they cook quite quickly. So here I've got my chicken breasts sliced into small slices so that they cook quite quickly. They're in an oven-proof dish. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You could also use a low-calorie cooking spray if you'd like to instead. And then I'm just going to do a good grind of salt and pepper. Like that. Give it a good stir around and then I'll pop those in the oven. So while the chicken's cooking in the oven, I'm just going to get my pasta ready. So here I've got a pan of slightly salted boiling water, and what I'm just going to do is add my pasta. So I roughly allow 2 handfuls per person. So I'm just going to add 2, that's 1 person, that's 2 people. My husband does like a little bit extra, so I always put 1 in for luck. And if you wanted to do a bit of extra pasta so that you've got a lunch for tomorrow or some for packed lunch, you could also add that. So I'm just going to add the rest in here. So I'm just going to give that a stir, and according to my pasta cooking instructions it says about 12 to 13 minutes, so I'll just leave that to simmer. I've just had a quick check on the chicken and it's cooking nicely, so I've just given it a quick stir. And I'm just going to pop it back in for a few minutes. While your chicken and pasta are cooking, it'd be a perfect time to make your nut-free pesto if you haven't got a jar like me already made from previously. Basically, you can have a look at the recipe on our website, but it's very easy to make. It's basically a couple of handfuls of basil. It's a garlic clove, some salt and pepper, some olive oil and some hard cheese, so like a Parmesan pecorino or even a lactose dairy-free equivalent. And it's all blitzed up together in a food processor, or even with a pestle and mortar or hand blender if you haven't got a food processor. And then you can store it in the fridge like I do for 4 to 5 days in a jam jar that I happen to have handy, or you can actually freeze it, and you can freeze it in an ice cube tray if you want to keep it in small portions so that you can just pop out and use small amounts at a time. So now I've got some of my green beans that I've chopped up. You could actually use any veg for this, so you could put broccoli in if you prefer, or carrots, or even a tin of sweet corn or veg, or anything that you've got available. I'm going to add that now to my pasta, with the pasta bubbling away in the salted pan of water. So I'm literally just going to add those there. give them a stir, and they can cook for the last 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on your cooker, until the green beans and the pasta's all cooked through. So our pasta and beans are now cooked, so I'm going to strain that so that's ready for when our chicken's done. And then I'm going to pop it straight back in the pan, trying to maintain about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the cooking water. There we go. So we've got our pan of beans and pasta. I'll just get the chicken out. So here's our cooked chicken, and we've got our cooked pasta here. So what I'm going to do is add those together. Now into that saucepan, I'm going to add a good couple of tablespoons of my nut-free basil pesto. I'm going to add approximately 4 tablespoons of double cream, around 60 millilitres. You can always add a little bit more if you'd like, or you can leave it out completely if you prefer a more healthy eating option. And then I'm going to put that on a low heat. And just give it a really good stir around, so that all the pasta becomes coated in the nice creamy pesto sauce. So now we've got our pasta ready. I'm just going to serve some up in this bowl, making sure we get some nice chunks of chicken. And then I really like mine with a little bit of black pepper and a small grating of parmesan over the top. And there I've got my lovely chicken pesto pasta dinner. I'd like to nominate for the next 2020 Cooking Good Challenge, Jess.